Hello and welcome everyone. This is Miss Walaa Samir, and today we will continue narrating the main events of The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Today we will handle the events of chapter 12, which is entitled A Fatal Attraction. The events of this chapter start after 3 years of the French Revolution. Now we're in 1792. Lucy and her family kept listening to fearful footsteps. If you remember, we said that they used to hear some echoing footsteps, but they couldn't know where they came from. And when they tried to describe those footsteps, or the echoes of those footsteps, they described them saying that they were as if the human footsteps echoes turned into wild animals' footsteps echoes by a terrible magic force. There was something magical that turned the human, the normal footsteps into fearful ones. Mr. Lorry was at his desk in Tellson's bank, and while he was there, he was talking to Darnay about his willingness to go to Paris to save important documents at Tellson's bank. When Mr. Lorry decided to travel to Paris, Darnay tried to make Mr. Lorry change his mind due to the following reasons. The weather was bad. The journey was long and tiring. The country was disorganized and not safe. There were uncertain means of transport. In addition, Mr. Lorry was too old for such a journey. When Darnay said those reasons, Mr. Lorry convinced Darnay that those were the reasons for his going, not staying, because he was too old to be stopped at the barrier. And the barrier is a gate or a fence that prevents movement or access from one place to another. France was disorganized. Mr. Lorry was worried about the papers and documents there, so he had to go. Mr. Lorry was so loyal to Tellson's bank that he was ready to meet any difficulties for it. Moreover, he would take Jerry with him as he wouldn't be suspected by anyone, as Jerry is an Englishman who would be as a bodyguard for Mr. Lorry. So, Mr. Lorry decided to leave tonight. And while they were still chatting, an urgent letter was sent to Darnay in Tellson's bank having the name formerly the Marquis Evrémonde of France, which Mr. Lorry received. On the marriage morning, Darnay told Dr. Manette about his real family name. Dr. Manette asked Darnay to keep the name secret. Mr. Lorry didn't know Darnay's real family name, so he couldn't deliver the letter to Marquis Evrémonde's nephew. People in England had different points of view about Marquis Evrémonde's nephew. Mainly, they were bad comments. Some were happy that they had never known him in person. Others called him a coward who ran away from Paris in a load of straw some years ago. A third idea was that he set himself up against his uncle, the last Marquis. He abandoned the land and the chateau when he inherited them and left them to the rough people, to the peasants. When Mr. Lorry and Darnay were left alone in the bank, Darnay told him that he can deliver the letter to the French Marquis. without telling Mr. Lorry his real name in response to Dr. Manette's request. When Darnay opened the letter, he found that it was written by his faithful servant Gabriel. He was violently arrested and brought to a long journey on foot to Paris. The crime he was imprisoned for and shall lose his life for was treason against the king, as he worked for an immigrant who is Darnay. Gabriel tried to explain to them that he acted for them, not against them, as Darnay commands for him were to pay the taxes, collect no rent from the peasants. But no one believed him, and they kept accusing him for working for an immigrant and wanting to know where his master was. Gabriel ended his letter begging Darnay to go to Paris and rescue him from death. Darnay felt unease. Because of his love to Lucy, he had given up his place in society in a hurried and incomplete way. And he thought that he should have worked things out more carefully. But still, he had oppressed no man. He had imprisoned no man. He hadn't asked for payment of the money owed to him. Plus, he had given up all of his own free will. Besides, he had won his place in the world without favor from anyone, and he had earned his own bread, his own living. Besides, Gabriel followed his instructions to help the poor and give them whatever he can to help them. For all these reasons, Darnay was encouraged that he would go to Paris, and he decided that he wouldn't tell neither Lucy nor her father until he was gone. He also decided that he wouldn't tell Mr. Lorry his plan or his truth until he meets him in Paris too. Darnay went to Tellson's bank to say goodbye to Mr. Lorry. Mr. Lorry, who would travel that night with Jerry to Paris. He told him that he delivered the message to the Marquis nephew, and he wanted Mr. Lorry to deliver a spoken message to prisoner Gabriel, and the message said that he, the Marquis nephew, received the message and will come to Paris, and that he will start his journey tomorrow night. While Mr. Lorry was leaving to Paris, he sent his love to Lucy and little Lucy. Moreover, he asked Darnay to take good care of them till he comes back. Darnay shook his head and smiled doubtfully, as he intended to follow him in his journey to Paris by tomorrow night. That night, it was 14th of August. Darnay wrote 2 letters. The first was to Lucy, explaining his sense of duty he had to go to Paris, as well as showing her the reasons why he felt confident he wouldn't be in any danger there. The second was to Dr. Manette, entrusting Lucy and little Lucy to his care and repeating his reasons to go to Paris. To both, he wrote that he would send letters to prove that he was safe immediately after his arrival. It was a hard day for him to have something on his mind that he couldn't tell them about. At that evening, he kissed Lucy and little Lucy, pretending that he had someone to see and he would go back soon. He took a horse to Dover and began his journey. We reached to the questions section for this chapter, and the first question is: the reasons Darnay told Mr. Lorry were more for his going than for his staying. Explain. Why did Mr. Lorry decide to travel to Paris? How did the nobles speak about the Marquis every month? What message did Darnay want Mr. Lorry to carry to Gable? Why was Gable put in prison? Darnay thought it wasn't dangerous for him to travel to Paris, although he was a Marquis. Explain. What letters did Darnay write? Thank you so much for being here. Until we meet again soon. See you. Bye.